What's going on, Aces? Welcome back to the channel. I hope that all of you guys are enjoying your Monday. So, Chris Brown is being sued, y'all, for millions of dollars from Popeyes Chicken. This is so ridiculous. And this article made it to Forbes, okay? Forbes magazine. So, this is the Forbes article I'm going to read to you guys. Throughout the years, Chris Brown has found himself in legal trouble on several occasions. That's an understatement. But this latest issue that may see him head to court one day is perhaps the oddest out of the bunch. Brown is currently embroiled in a lawsuit filed by City National Bank that is currently worth at least $2 million to the company. The lawsuit forces or focuses on a loan that was taken out in his name from the financial institution so that the singer could purchase two Popeyes chicken restaurants. Legal documents reviewed by a number of publications reveal that City National Bank alleges it loaned the Grammy winner and several of his associates the millions so that they could buy the storefronts that are part of the popular fast food chain. The problem is that so far, Brown has not paid back the loans. Wow. The cited documents state that as of this past February, Brown owes not only the $2 million, but also more than $140,000 in interest. Fellow musician The Dream is also named in the lawsuit, though it appears that Brown specifically is on the hook for the entire amount. The City National Bank filed a lawsuit in Georgia where Brown took out the loan, but now the issue has gone nationwide, as it is also pursuing him in California for repayment. The company has also been looking to make its money back for several years now with no luck. Brown may be known as a singer and a dancer, but he has also invested in fast food in the past. In addition to looking to acquire several Popeyes restaurants, which he may or may not have done, he reportedly also owns a stake in a handful of Burger King locations as well. Okay, so that's the Forbes article, right? This is a mess. And my question is, uh, it said Chris Brown and the associates. See, this is why I wanted to get the article from Forbes because I wanted some kind of, reputable news, um, journalistic integrity, right? Some kind of publication that wouldn't stray too far from the truth or be, just salacious. Because this is a mess. Like, okay, sir, first of all, um, before I even start on Chris Brown, I'm looking at the bank, okay? So I thought, and I've never gotten a $2 million loan before, but I thought that you had to have some kind of collateral when they loan you that much money. Like you have to put up something, some kind of assets or something, um, I don't know. And then it says that it didn't just loan Chris Brown the money. It says the City National Bank alleges, oh, alleges, okay. It loaned the Grammy winner and several of his associates the millions so that they could buy several storefronts that are part of the popular food chain. So you're loaning Chris Brown and his associates money. Why would they loan his associates money? Um, Especially if it's up to the tune of millions of dollars. City National, I feel like, not that Chris and his associates don't need to pay it back, 'cause they absolutely do, but I'm like, in this economy, like, this is on you guys because, putting out bank loans, again, I'm not a banker or a loan officer, but I feel like you have to do some kind of, valuation of assets. Like, for instance, that's why Donald Trump is in trouble right now because he inflated his assets, right? He said the Mar-a-Lago was worth billions or some kind of crazy inflation. And they were like, Tish James in New York, the AG, she got him all the way together. She was like, Donald, Mar-a-Lago is worth $1.15 or something like that. She told him that he was a day late and $1 short. You can't You can't illegally inflate your assets like that. So while Chris Brown may or may not have, have it, the $2 million worth of, cash, liquid assets, etc., why would you lend out his associates, like, just because they're acquaintances of Chris Brown? Because even though Chris Brown, he is Forbes said he's a very talented singer and actor. I mean, I'm sorry, not actor, dancer. He's not a good actor, in my opinion. I mean, he was okay in Almost Christmas, but he was basically playing himself, right? Baby, he got on stage and was singing, taking pictures. But he is, he is a decent entertainer. He was years ago. But now we've seen him kind of slide down a slippery slope over the years. But I will say, kudos to him for investing his money into, Burger King franchises. That's smart. Now, my thing is, if he does own these Burger King franchises, I don't understand why he wouldn't be able to at least make payments, right? If he doesn't have the whole $2 million up front, work out some kind of payment plan with City National and say, hey, before you guys come after my other franchises or whatever, let me take the money over here and pay, make a payment plan to pay down this $2 million debt. Or unfortunately, he may just lose the Popeyes, storefronts altogether. But again, that's Chris, right? What would the associates be on the hook for? Why would they receive $1 million plus bank loan for just being associates or acquaintances of Chris Brown? That makes no sense to me. Again, I'm not in the banking world, so I'm being upfront about my ignorance here. But if I were to walk into a bank and say, I'm associated with Chris Brown or some other celebrity, and I'd like a $2 million loan, which is crazy. I would never do that. But I wouldn't expect them to say, okay, granted, based off your proximity to a celebrity. Like, that doesn't make sense to me at all. So City National, I feel like that's, you have to own a little bit of that responsibility. But as we know from, 2008 and the banks being bailed out pretty consistently through our nation's history, right? The banking system in America, they don't have the strongest accountability record. They do not hold themselves to a high standard of accountability. But again, if the country consistently bails them out, then why would they? But I understand why they have to be bailed out, because if the banks go under, then the whole economy crashes and we go into a recession, and ain't nobody got time for that. Okay, so I get why Obama saved them in the automotive industry, but again, I don't know. And then these associates, like, why would you attach your name to somebody? I mean, like I said, Chris Brown, he came on the scene strong, right? Like, I mean, this is before the DV incident with Rihanna, but he was performing everywhere. Chris Brown was like everywhere for a while, right? It reminds me a little bit of Nicki Minaj, right? They started out really strong, and then just, I don't know if it's, the illegal substances, they fell in love with the cocoa. That's the word on the curb. But for whatever reason, right, we've seen them kind of, fall off a bit. So if it were anybody who had any type of cultural competency in that bank office, City National, because Chris Brown, I mean, he doesn't look the same as he did either, right? He looks a bit, I was going to say war torn, but just that he's been up all night, doing illegal substances, and allegedly. I'm just saying that's what he looked like. But I really hope that he can work something out with City National Bank. Not only him, but especially his associates, because for you to be on the hook for $2 million to take out a multi-million-dollar loan, just because you're friends with Chris, that's not good judgment. So the bank officer, again, in my opinion, I feel like they had a lapse of judgment as well. But you don't want to go to jail for bank fraud just because you're trying to, you know, be on a celebrity status, just because you're friends with somebody, you're an associate with somebody. It's not worth the jail time, in my opinion, right? It's not worth the prison time. I'm not going to stunt for the gram and try to, flex and get multi-million dollar loans I know I can't pay back. But I hope they work something out. Chris might have to sell off those Burger King franchises and a few of his assets to stay out of jail himself. So, but anyway, you guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. I will link the Forbes article so you guys can read it for yourself. But yeah, please continue to subscribe, support your girl. Thank you so much for rocking with me, and I will talk with you in the next video. Take care, aces. Bye.